A friend of mine called me up one day and he very hesitantly asked me if he could tell me something really strange. He had been at his son's house and he was there stacking wood from some trees that he had cut down. And as he worked, he happened to glance up at his son's house and saw the curtain move and the face peer out, and he thought, oh good, my son's going to come out and help me now. I won't have to do this all by myself. But he didn't come. And he kind of was a little bit annoyed. He's like, why doesn't he come? He sees that I'm out here. Well, he was just about finished when his son drove up in his truck and got out. And my friend was really astonished. He's like, where did you come from? He said, I've been at work since like 7 o'clock this morning. And he's like, well, is your girlfriend home? And he said, no, she went to work the same time as me. She won't be back for a couple hours. And then he said, he was kind of freaked out, and he said, I saw somebody move the curtain and look out. And his son said, well, there's nobody home, so it was none of us. And then he said, but there's been some really strange things that have happened in the last little while. And he told him of a couple of other situations that were definitely supernatural. And they were both kind of freaked out at that point. So my friend was asking me, he said, like, do you think this, like, does stuff like this actually happen? And I said, yeah, it definitely does. He's like, well, he said, it has to have been the devil. I can't imagine what else it could be, for us to feel so freaked out about it. And then he said, I cannot let my son live where the devil is. This cannot be. He said, I have to go there and, in the name of Jesus, really just send him away. And so he was going to do that the next morning. So we prayed together, and I asked God to cover him with the merits of Jesus' blood and to protect him while he went there to do this. His son would not be home, nor his girlfriend. They would be gone to work. The next morning he left to go and do this, and he called me up once he was there, and he said, I really feel like I need special prayer, because he said, the devil is really giving me a hard time. He's telling me if I go there that he's going to kill me. And I could hear the fear in his voice. Now at this point, obviously I'm not going to pressure him one way or another. He needs to make a choice if he's going to do this or not. But I was happy to pray for him, and I did pray. We prayed together. And then as he was driving up his son's driveway, all of a sudden his truck wouldn't go any farther, and he was just, no matter what he did, his truck was stopped. So he called me up again, and he said, there's something not right. He said, I can't get up the driveway. And so I asked him about it, and he told me, he said, I just get it so far and I can't go any farther. No matter how hard I push on the gas, I just won't move. So we prayed again, and he tried again. And this time he said, okay, I'm going to take a run at it and see if I can get past this point, because it was always stopping at the same place. So he gave a big run again, and again stopped in the same place. So we realized this is obviously Satan and his angels holding back his truck. And he said the impression was coming even stronger, that if he tried, like, he was gonna die. So we prayed again. He said, stay on the phone with me while I do this again. So I stayed on the phone and got so far, and again the truck stopped. And he's like, I can't go any farther. And I said, okay, God, give him a push. And immediately he broke through that barrier and kept on driving. He's like, wow. He said, we got through. But he said, then you could hear the fear in his voice again, that it was like he was really starting to hear that voice again. If you come any closer, I'm going to kill you. But he decided, he made his choice. He said, I would rather die myself than have my kid living here where the devil is. And so he kept going. He got to the top of the hill and around the end of the house, and he stopped his truck and he rolled down his window and he said, devil, get out of here in the name of Jesus and don't ever come back again. He just shouted it out the window. And I said, and I agree with him. And immediately after that, he was just like, you could just hear the difference in his voice, the relief, the freedom. He said, he's gone. He's gone, he said. Everything is clear. Even the air is clear. He could just, with such a difference from, So then, of course, we were praising God for the next, I don't know how long. And he went home so thrilled with that. And you need to understand, too, this friend of mine, he's not going to church, but I'll tell you what, he knows God and he trusts in God. And that's a wonderful thing.